This is what they've been feeding us in the name of fries. And this is what we have all been eating for all these years. And it's not just the fries, but the meat that we've been eating from the fast food restaurants have all been altered. And some of the files that was found in Epstein's was an eye-opening event where we got to see what we are exactly being fed by these massive corporate restaurants like McDonald's and Burger King's. I want you guys to take a look at this video right here.
6.6
Take a look at this.
million hamburgers a day. There is roughly 90 million cattle in the U.S. Out of those 90 million, only 30 million are used for food.
There are more than 3,000 children that are reported as missing each year in the United States. Help us find these
beef,
kids.
Steak and whatnot. So the math ain't mathin'. And then it says 100% beef on their advertisement, but apparently 100% beef is a company name.
McDonald's is registered, basically they're advertising their meat as 100% beef. But this phrase, 100% beef, is not exactly what you think it is. So it's nothing but a company's name. They've registered the company's name as 100% beef, and they're just promoting the name of the company. But that's not the product that's being sold, and that's basically how they're advertising. It's all just being manipulated, and we're just being fed things that we absolutely have no idea on what we're consuming.
They don't own any farms in the U.S. So where's their cattle coming from? They apparently have contracts with hospitals.
And also, I don't know if you guys are aware of this thing. They were actually doing some DNA test on the meat that's being used by McDonald's a couple of years ago. And they ended up finding 1,300 strands of different DNAs that is not just from animals. And this is one of the most craziest things that you'll ever find. Take a look at this stuff.
Combo bin is 2,000 pounds approximately of meat that's coming in from a boning facility where they take it off the carcass and put it into here.
The meat in these boxes comes from many different animals and many different places. Some is even from overseas. All of it is ground together to make the juicy hamburger Americans love. Hamburger used to be the scraps left over from butchering just one cow. But a significant change has occurred. Now, parts of many cows are blended together by the ton.
If we take the meat from one animal, grind it up and make ground beef from just one animal, we're including only the bacteria from one animal. But if we take the meat from 1,000 different animals and grind that together, we're pooling the bacteria from 1,000 different animals as well.
So we have no idea what kind of diseases different animals might have. And, you know, combining them together, it's obviously going to create some sort of a weird mixture of diseases.
So explain this to me. How many different cows would be in one burger?
Well, I suspect that there are hundreds or even thousands of animals that have contributed to a single hamburger.
And there's also been some very weird allegations put up on McDonald's and most of the fast foods, even Burger King and many different multi-billion-dollar fast food industry. And this video is coming from Scott Lubick on Instagram. Take a look at this one.
So they're not building any more graveyards. My question is, if they're not building any more graveyards, what are they doing with the bodies?
Exactly.
The F are they doing with the bodies, bruh? Where are the people? 8 billion people on the planet. 8 billion with a B. 150,000 people die each and every day. Where's all
Where
the
are the bodies?
You got to ask yourself these questions. They're not building any new graveyards. What are they doing with all the bodies of the people?
Exactly,
They're
right?
no longer with us. That's all I'm saying, man. It's all I'm asking. If they're not building new graveyards, what are they doing with the bodies, bro?
Honestly, this is one of the most weirdest and bizarrest and most disturbing stuff because obviously we've all been eating fast food. The way that these guys are producing these things, either it could be the labs, you know, they're just making fake meats out of these labs. And as you've seen in one of the videos that we've shown previously, they are using capsules. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware of the kind of technology the food industry possesses right now. It seems like they're making everything in the labs that we actually believe are real foods. Take a look at this capsule right here. So they're basically just putting the capsule in hot frying oil, and that just bursts out, and the chemical basically bursts out, and it just turns into these fries that are being sold. And trust me, I would definitely not want to eat any of those things. And honestly, anything that's not natural is not good for us humans. And apparently, a Jewish rabbi agrees that fast food industry has been using meat that's not exactly animals. And I think you guys should take a look at this video as well. And this is one of the most disturbing stuff ever.
300,000 children a year just here in this country. And we drain the blood and we mix it with the Passover bread. And then we throw the bodies into the slaughterhouses.
This is basically what they've been doing.
We grind up all the bodies in the sausage and the hamburger. McDonald's is one of our favorite outlets. And the people, they eat it for breakfast. They eat their children for lunch. And, you know, as Jews, you know, we gotta do what we do. The most important thing to remember between you, Pastor Wixom, and me, Rabbi Eddie Finkelstein of New York, that we both have two fathers, and so that's why we look at the world in two different ways. And
you see what this man just said right there? He's basically stating that, you know, some of these fast food industries have not been using animal meat, and instead they've been using people, man. Like, man-eaters is who these people are. And if you're not already aware of what the files that was released from the Epstein mails already states, I think we should be very aware of the kind of food that we eat outside. And that's one of the biggest reasons as to why I really wanted to go ahead and make this video. And for people who love eating sausages, you know, this is basically how the sausage and all those things are being made. The kind of meat that we're consuming, this is basically what it looks like, the sausage factory. And this is basically how they're doing these things. These are like the guts, the useless, one of the most useless part of the meat are all being piled up in a location, and they're being grinded, and that's basically how they make sausages. What do you think these multi-million-dollar companies basically do? They're obviously not giving us the farm fresh food and the content. They obviously don't care about us. And this is one of the reasons as to why we should be extremely careful in terms of what we consume. And the best way to consume meat is to basically just consume it naturally. That's the only way that you're eating and being fed well. Just take a look at this stuff.
Theory? No. So a lot of people go missing, including kids, right? Can you tell me why, when they test fast food, there's human DNA that's found positive? Now you can say there's hair follicles, there's people preparing it. Okay, fine. So you have McDonald's, which is their slogan is what? Billions and billions served. How many cows are there to go around? Including other restaurants that serve beef, obviously. The numbers don't add up. So what are we eating? Even Putin said this. He was like, hey, you guys are actually eating people and you don't even know it. It makes total sense when you just add up the numbers.
One of the most disturbing things ever. If this turns out to be true, does this mean that we're all being fed people? And recently, Tucker Carlson did this podcast with Rosianna Barr, and she has some very interesting things to say about what's really going on the other dark side. Take a look at this stuff.
Babies,
look at this stuff.
Is not bullshit. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh, and they drink human blood. They do it. They say you can't wake people up that are pretending to be asleep, but I pray to God, please wake up even those who are pretending to be asleep with the irrefutable truth of what the worst people on this planet are really up to. They are really up to that. They're doing it. There are so many victims.
Does this mean that vampires are still alive? Does this mean that the things that we actually believe that maybe, you know, is just fictional, it's all just the Hollywood movies? What if it's not Hollywood movies? What if the whole idea of vampires were created from reality? The things that happens on the dark side, which we humans are not really aware of because we're just being fed all of these things in the name of, you know, fiction, in the name of something that's shown in the movies, in Hollywood and cinemas and all that stuff. So what if these things are indeed real? What if these vampires do exist? You never know, man. What if these are the people? Now, I know this is very weird, but obviously I think you guys are aware of Machine Gun Kelly and his wife, Megan Fox. They have publicly admitted that they consume blood itself.
You know that Megan Fox admitted to drinking her husband's blood to get more power from the devil? Watch this.
drops?
Just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes. This is a very intense relationship.
For ritual
and cyclical,
purposes.
so it gets to these points where like we have to do cleansings. I had gotten to a point where I was like, we need an adrenaline injection of God in this relationship.
What? An adrenaline injection of God?
And so we went to Costa Rica and we had Peruvian shamans who administered the ayahuasca. He went and he sat to be given his ayahuasca.
What God
and
are
everybody
you
else was
talking
being
about?
given 1 glass of ayahuasca because it was our first night. And the shaman said something in her native language, and then the interpreter is like, we need to give you 3 doses because you have such a dark, sad spirit standing behind you, like an actual like demonic spirit.
Occultist practices are a straight line to hell, but if you know Jesus has the victory over all the power of the enemy.
So the way he disarms the supernatural, yeah, man, this is just crazy. This is actually crazy. The fact that she drinks blood and she says that she did it for some sort of a ritual purpose. We obviously know that the elites are definitely up to some very, very demonic shit. These guys are not really like us. They are very dark, very demonic. The kind of God they follow, I don't know what kind of God she's talking about, but it's definitely not the God of Abraham, not the God of Joseph. This is just completely demonic. And look at this stuff.
McDonald's serves, this is where I want you to do your own critical thinking on this, and don't immediately reject it. Just
now, huge shout out to Witches Wild podcast.
Let it sink in for a second. McDonald's serves 69 million people a day. How many farms have you passed
in the world that has
where there
that
would
many
be
cows,
enough
right?
beef lining up for slaughter?
Exactly.
For that number to match feeding 69 million people a day.
Yeah, because they kind of like advertise. They're like, yeah, we serve, and it's on their sign that we serve this many million burgers a day.
Oh, it doesn't say burgers. It says people.
People.
What? What? Now, wait a second, guys. Just take a look at this. I just looked it up on Google. It doesn't say they serve food. It basically says it's not just meals we serve, it's the people. What in the world is that? And obviously, these people who follow Satan, they believe in this stuff called karmic retribution, which means that no matter what kind of sins they commit in this world, in this life, they believe that if they do the sin by publicly revealing it, basically letting everyone know what they're doing, and if people still want to take part in it, even after they're very clearly admitted to whatever they're doing, then they are not going to be accountable for the sin that they've committed. And that's basically what they believe, what the Satanists believe. And that's one of the reasons as to what they were advertising as well. We never know. The advertisement says it's not just the meals we serve, it's the people. Look at this stuff, man. This is basically what it says. McDonald's, billions and billions served. Billions and billions served what? It's not food, it's not burgers, it just says billions and billions served. Does this mean that they are basically following the karmic retribution? Billions and billions served again. Man, we never know. That is one of the most craziest things.
It literally says,
oh my God,
we serve this many people per day.
That's just crazy.
And to us, I've always said that
like, oh, they're serving the people.
Ew.
No, they're serving people.
But when you think, okay, let's think about it. There's not enough. Why have I not thought about this before?
There's not enough beef.
I've never thought about it myself.
And this has been confirmed by farmers. That's 69 million people a day.
And there's also a recent claim that came out related to these fast food industries, especially McDonald's, to name it. So someone actually claimed that they've been finding some of these remains of people, like real people, in their food. Take a look at this video. You know, just take a look at this stuff.
We take the children of our enemy, which is the white race, and we bring them to the basements in the synagogues.
Wow,
we drain the blood and watch them die there. We mix it with the Passover bread, and so we eat the blood of our enemies.
Wow.
And the bodies, we give them to the slaughterhouses, and those are pounds and pounds and pounds of meat that we
So
grind
these
up
slaughterhouses
into
are basically the fast food industry.
And that's why we made those the most popular thing, sausage for breakfast and hamburger for lunch.
I mean, if you have ever eaten the English breakfast, you obviously know there's always sausage in it. We never know what's basically made with those sausages. You know, that it's just the kind of ingredient where you can never figure out what kind of meat is being used in it.
And so all the Goyim out here are
Lord.
really eating the children.
That's just disturbing, man. I have now officially decided I'm never, ever again gonna be eating in any of these fast food restaurants. I'm gonna stop eating any of these unhealthy crap anyways. And I would strongly recommend every single one of you guys to eat healthy, eat everything that's natural, and don't depend on the fast food industries to feed yourself, because they are so corrupted that we never know what kind of food we are even consuming if you're buying it off of these guys. And that's one of the biggest reasons as to why I wanted to go ahead and make this episode in the Wood Show podcast, because I want every single one of you guys to see the truth before you consume it. And if you guys care about your family, your children, and your loved ones, make sure to go ahead and share this video with as many people as possible. The whole social media is going to try to suppress this video. They're going to try to take this video down or do whatever. But with your support, this video can reach to as many people as possible and will make a lot of people aware of what's really going on in this world from the darkest perspective as possible, you know. Looking at things from the darkest perspective. There are a lot of very creepy shit that goes on in this world. So that's one of the biggest reasons as to why I'm requesting every single one of you guys to please go ahead, share this video with your loved ones, your family, anyone you can. And also I request you guys to do this one small favor. Make sure to go ahead, drop a like on this video, and leave any sort of comment. It doesn't matter. You can even share any of the Bible words, Word of God, which is definitely going to help a lot of people in the comments. So this way, the YouTube algorithm thinks that a lot of people that are watching the video, they're also liking it, they're also commenting. So it basically makes the algorithm push out the video to as many people as possible. And also there is a feature called Hype the Video, where you can basically rate the video, and it's going to show to more people. So if you can also do that, it's going to make a lot of changes. Every single support that you guys have been showing on this, every single support you guys can show in order to push this video out to as many people as possible is going to make a lot of changes. It's going to change people from falling back into these darkest traps that these elites have been setting up for us. And I think we as citizens and we as Christians should help each other out and make everyone aware of what's really going on. And that's one of the biggest reasons as to why I run this channel, as to why I do these podcasts, even though they are so time consuming in order to make them, edit them. It really makes a lot of sense in order to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I ask you guys in order to support it. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I really hope you guys share this one and spread out the message. And with that being said, I really want to know your opinion in the comments. What do you guys think? Are you ever again going to be eating? Are you ever again going to be eating on any of these? Are you ever again going to be eating any of these fast foods? I really want to know your opinions. So with that being said, I will see you guys on the next episode. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.